First, I want to welcome everybody and thank you for coming out here tonight to celebrate the marriage of Beth and Jordan. A few months ago, as we were preparing for this day, Beth asked me if I would say a few words at the reception. I'd only seen that done a couple of times before, and I really didn't have any direction on what to say. So, in thinking about this, I was wondering, how am I going to cram 29 years of memories into a 5-minute speech? How can I recap all that I've experienced with her in a short amount of time? Well, here's my attempt. Beth, I've watched you grow up from being the baby in the family to a beautiful bride. Along the way, there were many events that helped shape you into the person you are today. One of my fondest earliest memories is an occasion when we were on our way up north and we happened to come upon a 4th of July fireworks display. And you just stared out into the sky and were mesmerized by the fireworks. Remember this?
Yes.
Ooh, wow, wow, oh, wow, for 45 minutes straight. That type of attitude has been with you your entire life. You've always been happy and a contented person. The entire time growing up, you always wanted to fit in. You always wanted to join in and contribute to some of the games and events that were going along. Along the way, you developed a very competitive streak where you had to be the best and you had to come out on top. You were always competing. You showed that when you were playing solitaire on the computer, and I would come by and try to help you out with a move where you would tell me to go away. I don't need your help. I can do this on my own, and would stop playing until I moved. Then, when I would play Minesweeper, you would look over my shoulder and pester me, why'd you do that? How come you're doing that? Until she learned the game enough where she was beating me. And at that point, she would tell me, go look at the leaderboard, see who's winning. And then, same way, in teaching you how to play euchre, where teaching you the strategy, and it wasn't very long after we taught her how to play, she was consistently beating me and Lynette. If you've been around Beth at any point, when she is competing in a game of chance, a game of cards, a board game, a sporting event, really anything, then you already know that side of her.
Yeah.
Beth, I love your can-do attitude and the way that you put that, when you put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything. You proved that out again by your love of board games, puzzles, and just overall any kind of good challenge. Another memory for me stands out is when you were playing softball. And I told you just before the game that you were going to be switching positions. You had never played the position before, and that was third base. You were concerned because you hadn't played there before, and that you were wondering if you're going to ruin it for everybody else. I assured you that you would do well, and that your switching positions would give us the best chance to win, because the team we were playing at the time loved to bunt. Well, throughout the course of the game, she threw out 8 runners from trying to bunt their way on base. We went on to win that game and defeat one of our arch rivals, and it was all because of your can-do attitude. That can-do attitude and faith in your ability is what I admire in you, and it will serve you well moving forward with your new family. Another example of your determination is when you went off to college and realized that you really missed playing softball. So much so that you decided to start a new softball league. Not just an intramural league, but it was actually a club softball team that you organized, worked with the athletic department, and got approval from Grand Valley, and became part of a league championship team that beat the likes of Michigan, Michigan State, Bowling Green, and other colleges, much bigger. That was attributed not only to your determination to do something that you liked, but for you to see the task all the way through. Then on the other side, you can turn from a serious, determined person into a fun-loving, carefree spirit. For instance, you remember driving around through the neighborhood at home with the windows down and the radio blaring, yelling, "Must be the money!" And that there are so many simple memories that I have that just make me smile when I recall them. One that comes to mind a lot is when I would come home and you'd ask me, Dad, do you want to play catch? And be there with the ball in hand. And Beth, I always agreed. And I hope you get those memories with your kids. Just another random thought I had while preparing for this speech is when you are old enough to get your driver's license. You made plans to go out and drive with all your friends right after you took the final road test. You already planned for that. It was all ready to make it happen. There was only one little problem. You failed your test. All that did was make you more determined than ever to get your driver's license and get out there and drive. You buckled down for 2 weeks, learned how to parallel park, so that you could get on the road with your friends. Now, throughout your life, you've gone through many situations that have helped mold you into the person you are today. I love that you have found your soulmate in Jordan, and we noticed that from the very first time you brought him around. He was somebody that complimented you perfectly. He was somebody who could tolerate your tardiness. That same theme again, right? Could compete with you in any type of game, card games or otherwise, and dish it out to you just as well. But more importantly, what he did for you was make you complete. You didn't have to pretend around him, and he didn't have to pretend around you either. I truly believe that your journey through life has prepared you to move forward no matter what ups and downs may come your way. Beth, I just want to say that I'm very proud of you and everything that you've become. I'm proud of the person that you have become, and I love you very, very much. I'm happy for you in Jordan, because in Jordan, despite being a Spartan fan, you found a great man with great character that's a great fit for you. If everyone would just raise their glass, I'd like to propose a toast to Beth and Jordan. May their days be filled with happiness, and that the sorrows they experience will be very few and short-lived.
Welcome everybody. Thank you everybody for coming. First of all, I'd like to say you guys, it looks fantastic. Look at everybody here that is celebrating with you, and congratulations. So, for those of you that don't know me, I am Mort Jordan's older brother.
I'm Micah, the younger brother.
So when we were trying to decide who was going to be Jordan's best man, we decided it was too big of a job for just one person to keep him under control. So now you guys get both of us. Our condolences. When Mike and I were thinking about what we wanted to talk about tonight, a lot of people were pressuring us to share some embarrassing stories about Jordan and get to know him a little bit more from his past. And but we promised Jordan that we wouldn't share any stories like the time that we were on our way home from church and he almost killed us to get to a Wendy's. He was driving, he just had his permit. So we're not going to go into that. We're not going to talk about that too much in the fear that we put into everybody, and we won't get into that too much.
We didn't want to tell you guys about the time he had an absolute meltdown in the kitchen over some tater tots. We didn't want to show that side of it.
And we definitely did not want to bring up the time that he put his 7-iron in the middle of a pond and had to wait out there to get it. I think later, B. Klein might have a video of that, so we'll get to that later. But, Jordan, we have been through a lot. Life has given us a lot of ups and downs, but one thing I admire about you is that no matter what, you have never forgotten who you are, how you're raised, and the values that you have. You care so much about people that you love. Jason said something today about putting people that you love first, Beth first, your family first. And you have lived by that your whole life, and that's something that I really, really look up to you about. You've been a great brother to Micah and I. You've been a great son to our mom. You've been a great friend to all these guys up here, even Mike. And according to Vaughn, you're going to be a great uncle to my kids here in a few months. So I have no doubt that you're going to be the most amazing husband to Beth that she could ever want. I'm so proud of you, and everything that you've become and the person that you are, and I'm so happy to call you my brother.
Now you get the younger brother. No. So, yeah, you get the younger brother version now. Growing up, Jordan and I were your stereotypical older, younger brother relationship. Shared a room for 14, 15 years. Jordan taught me a lot of things, both good and bad. Got me in a lot of trouble, got me out of a lot of trouble. You have showed me how to be a man. I don't know, man. You taught me a lot. The story I wanted to tell was, well, first, getting me out of trouble. I've gotten myself into some stupid situations. And you have always been the first one to answer the call, no matter the time, no matter what you were doing, no matter where you are. You were the first one that I know I can always count on, no matter what is wrong, where I'm at. You have always been there for me, and I appreciate that so much. And I think of when I moved to Chicago, you helped me move down, we moved everything in. It's time for you and Mom to go, and you hand me a card. What is this dude doing? Why is he giving me a card? It just moved. I go back into my room, I sit down and realize I'm living new city with a stranger. I'm scared out of my mind. I open that card and I read just words of encouragement of you telling me how proud you are of me and how you will always be there for me through thick and thin. And I've never told you, but I keep that note in my nightstand. And I always go to it if I ever need any kind of boost. So I just appreciate you for always being the older brother to me that I know you're always there for me. Man. I'm proud of you. I love you. That's where I'm going with that. Then we meet Beth. The night Matt and I were together when we met Beth. Michigan had just lost like a 7th consecutive time to Ohio State. Jordan brings Beth back from an MSU tailgate where they had just clinched the Big Ten championship.
Good time.
If you've ever been to an MSU tailgate with Jordan, you know that's peak Jordan. That is peak Jordan. So Jordan comes flying downstairs with Beth, just kicking me and Matt while we're down. Beth, this is the first time we met her, she gets in on it. She's throwing shots at us too. And then that's when Matt and I knew she's gonna fit in fine. Competitive Beth, she'll fit in good with us. And she still kills us in all the board games. Everything, no matter what. So yeah, happy for you guys, love you guys. Looking forward to see what your future holds.
The moment that I knew that we would be here, I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you guys remember this. My wife and I were on our way over to pick up Jordan and Beth to head down to Chicago to visit McA. And on our way to Grand Rapids to pick them up, we found out that something had happened the night before. Somebody, we're not pointing fingers, but somebody had left their keys at a bar downtown somewhere, and they were locked out of their apartment. So they had no way to get in. Locksmith had been over there for hours and wasn't able to get in. So as you can imagine, we were getting ready to show up. That's a pretty stressful situation for anybody. And if you've ever been around Jordan in kind of high tension situations, it can escalate. I think Groomzilla, yes, he's earned that nickname. But we show up, and Jordan is calm, cool, and collected, unlike I've ever seen before. And Beth is sitting there walking him through, everything is gonna be okay, we're gonna get in the apartment, we'll find the keys and everything. So it's at that moment I knew if Beth could bring Jordan to that level, that it was meant to be, and we'd end up there someday. So with that, can everybody raise their glass? To Jordan and Beth in many years of happiness, laughter, and tons of memories.
Bear with me, one more speech. Hi everybody, my name is Amy, and Beth is my little sister. I am almost 4 years older. She is well over 4 inches taller. And yes, I know what you're thinking, and we have the exact same voice. I'd like to say this will be very short, but if you know me at all, then you know that it's highly unlikely. Before we get started, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for being here today. I know many of you have made special arrangements and or traveled to come celebrate Beth and Jordan, and I want you to know how deeply we appreciate that. They really are two awesome individuals, a very special couple. So it's no surprise that this room is packed full of so much love tonight, and I want to thank you for being a part of that. While we are on that topic, there are also some very important individuals who could not be here tonight. One of these extra special individuals has sent Beth and Jordan a video message that I'd like to play for you now. If everybody could please turn your attention to this projector screen right behind us.
No.
Wait for it.
Hey everybody, it's Ben here. Really want to send. Amy and I were chatting and
Shut up.
I just can't help it. I've lost my chance with Beth. This day, I've dreamed of sitting next to Beth. Jordan, I'm sure you're there for the right reasons. But Beth, if you ever want to reconsider, I'm right outside right now, waiting with a rose in my hand, just to tell you that I hope this is the best day ever. Congratulations to you and Jordan. Amy, you're a good one.
Gotcha. Now, just to clarify, for those as gullible as my beautiful sister, he is not actually outside, okay? And for those of you that are scratching your heads here, that was Ben Higgins from Beth's favorite TV show, The Bachelor. Way back in the beginning stages of their love story, while living in the same apartment complex, Beth and Jordan would meet up with friends on a weekly basis for Bachelor and Bachelorette viewing parties. As I'm sure Jordan has come to find out, Beth takes a very serious interest into the lives of these reality TV contestants. Some may say bordering on a mild obsession. And that hunky dreamboat Ben Higgins was certainly a favorite. Jordan, let me just say, as you are now 4 years and roughly 7 or 8 seasons deeper into the drama of Bachelor Nation, that you are a very patient man. Rest assured that Ben's got nothing on you, and that I am so glad you and Beth started this relationship for the right reason. Okay, now I'm gonna throw it back to my earliest memory with my sister Beth. I remember the day my parents told our older brother Scott and I that my mom was pregnant. I instantly was adamant that it had to be a girl. I remember marching around the dining room table with Scott proclaiming, "I want a girl," in direct competition with his chance of, "I want a boy." Well, needless to say, I won, and I got that little sister I was so hoping for. Everything went really well while she was small and subordinate. Beth would happily go along as I hand-selected all of her outfits, as Scott and I rolled her up in area rugs and hid her around the house. And even as we somehow convinced her to put on pounds of goalie equipment and stand in the net during our neighborhood roller hockey games. Having a younger sister also made the perfect excuse as to why I enjoyed playing Barbies until I was entirely too old. It also provided the perfect cover-up when I secretly really did want to listen to all of Beth's favorite cheesy 90s pop songs without any guilt or shame. In all honesty, those who know both Beth and I know that we are pretty much polar opposites. This lends itself to a very unique but also very treasured friendship. I tell everyone that we are like yin and yang, and over the years we have found so much value in that balance. As we grew up, I was able to see my little sister really come into her own. Beth has so many beautiful qualities that I admire, like the way she wears her heart on her sleeve and feels her emotions so freely. her uninhibited trust in the world, and her sunny optimism. I admire her ability to develop and maintain so many close, long-lasting friendships that span the years. I wish I possessed even a sliver of her determination, her math skills, and her ability to stay focused on her goals and her dreams. She rides the line of being lighthearted and playful, yet ultra-competitive. She's a studious brainiac with a childlike curiosity and an innocence that makes me lovingly roll my eyes while saying, "Oh, Beth." More than anything, despite our differences, she never lets me down, and she always makes me one very proud big sister. When we lost our brother 17 years ago, I felt a lot of pressure to protect Beth just as he would have wanted. It became a bit of a running family joke that I never took it very easy on her potential love interests. When it came to someone being good enough for my baby sister, I was a very tough critic, to say the least. I can honestly say that the first time Jordan came around, I had absolutely no reservations. He fit right in, and it just made sense. Beth seemed completely at ease, and they complemented each other perfectly. Afterward, I remember thinking, I could totally hang out with that guy. Maybe it was the way his eyes lit up when he looked at Beth, or that he had such a patience with her endearing quirks, right? Or you know what, now that I think about it, I think it was the way that he jumped into that super personal game of Quelf with my family, starting off by letting us smell his feet, following by slow dancing with my mom around the dining room, and then finally giving her the always appropriate nickname for any potential future mother-in-law, Sweet Cheeks. At least I think that's how it went. Is that right, Jordy Cakes? Well, whatever the reason, all I know for sure is that every single person in this room can see that you guys really bring out the best in each other. Beth, you are so special to me, and I could not have picked a more perfect partner for you if I tried. I did not think your smile could get any brighter until I saw the way that it lights up when Jordan comes around. And Jordan, I want you to know that I speak for both Scott and myself when I say that you make the perfect addition to our Rollman family, and we welcome you with open arms. Having a brother figure around makes me more excited than you will ever know, and Vaughn absolutely adores Uncle Jordan. As I wrap up the speech, I want you both to look out into the crowd and soak in this moment. This is the beginning of a beautiful life together. It will throw you some curveballs at times, and when it does, I hope you look down at those wedding bands, recall this exact moment with all the love you have in your hearts today, and remember where it all started and why. You two really are perfect together. Now, for those of you in the crowd who had the privilege of hearing Beth's unique speech at my wedding, this part will make sense. And for those of you who didn't, well, you're in for a treat. DJ? Let's kick it. Beth and Jordan, baby. It's Beth and Jordan, baby. All right, stop. Now everybody listen. I'm back with a brand new addition. Sister, on this big occasion, you look gorgeous. That's all I'm saying. And Jordan, I'll tell you on the low, I'm super excited to have you as a bro. Kind of extreme, but I knew it from the get-go. Heaven prepared when you know you just know it's true love. You've got it in space. Make it look easy. I say it all day. And patience. Even when she's late. Just another reason I knew you'd be great. You love him, you love her. I like it that way. To have in the hole, it all starts today. And if there was a problem, yo, you'll solve it. Check out the hook while my DJ revolves it. Beth and Jordan, baby. Happy Richardson's, baby. Yeah, it's Beth and Jordan, baby. Let's meet the Richardsons, baby. Yo, let's get out of here. Word to our mother. Oh! If everybody can lift their glass to the new Mr. and Mrs. Richardson. Cheers to true love, everybody.